Metals and non-metals, part 3. Corrosion. Let us study about corrosion. To some extent we have studied about corrosion in the first chapter also. Silver articles become black after some time when exposed to air. This is because it reacts with sulfur in the air to form a coating of silver sulfide. Now this silver sulfide is black in color. That is the reason that after some time the silver jewelry becomes black in color. Copper reacts with moist carbon dioxide in air and slowly it loses its shiny brown surface and gains a coat, and that coating is green in color. This green substance is basic copper carbonate. So this is the reaction that takes place. Copper combines with water, oxygen and carbon dioxide and changes into a basic copper carbonate. Why do we call it as a basic copper carbonate? Because this is the formula of copper carbonate. This is copper hydroxide, which is basic in nature. That's why basic copper carbonate. Iron, when exposed to moist air for a long time, acquires a coating of browny flaky substances called as rust. So when iron is exposed to moist air means air which is having moisture in it, means water vapors in it. So it forms a brown flaky substance, means पपड़ियाँ सी आ जाती हैं जो कि remove हो सकती हैं उसके ऊपर से, means अपने आप ही remove हो जाती हैं, and the new layer of iron is exposed to rusting. And this is the reaction that takes place during the reaction. During the reaction, iron is combining with oxygen and water vapors present in air and changing into a hydrated ferric oxide. So hydrated, why we are telling? Because along with ferric oxide, water molecules are also present. And why X is being written? Because the number of water molecules is variable. So it's not fixed how many water molecules will be present. So that's why it's written X. So this is the formula of rust. So you need to remember the formula of rust. You need to remember the formula of basic copper carbonate also, because this is very often asked in exams, that what is the formula of rust, what is the formula of basic copper carbonate. Now the question arises that how to prevent corrosion. What are the process we can do so that we can prevent this? One is galvanization. Now what is galvanization? We need to study. Protecting steel and iron objects from rusting by coating them with a thin layer of zinc is called as galvanization. During this process, the iron objects are dipped in a molten zinc. So in industries there are huge tubs which have molten zinc, and these iron objects are dipped in it. Next method is alloying, means making alloy of them. Now what is alloy? Homogeneous mixture of two or more metals or metals and non-metals is called as an alloy. And why we make an alloy? To make a change in the properties of a pure metal and to protect them from any harmful effect like rusting. So in case of iron, why we are making alloys? To prevent rusting. In copper, because copper also undergoes the corrosion, so in that case also we make alloys. So we make alloys because sometimes metals, they have some disadvantages. Next method to prevent corrosion is oiling and greasing. By oiling and greasing we can prevent corrosion, because we prevent contact of metal with the air. Then is anodizing. What is anodizing? Anodizing is a process of forming a thick oxide layer of aluminium. So iron, if is coated with a thick layer of aluminium oxide, so we can prevent corrosion. And the next step is chromium plating. So a layer of chromium is applied on the iron objects to prevent corrosion. Alloys. Now let's study about alloys. You have studied about alloys to some extent in your previous classes, but let's study some more alloys. Alloys of iron, steel, which is an alloy of carbon and iron, stainless steel, which is also an alloy of iron, but it's a mixture of iron, carbon, nickel and chromium. we compare both, stainless steel is considered to be as a better alloy. Alloys of copper, brass and bronze. So these are the two alloys of copper. In brass, it's a homogeneous mixture of copper and zinc. Bronze is a homogeneous mixture of copper and tin. Let's study about some more alloys. The first one is solder. It is an alloy of tin and lead, has a low melting point, so that's why it is used for joining the electrical wires together. Next is amalgam that you need to study. Whenever we make an alloy and when we are making a homogeneous mixture of metals or non-metals together and one of the component is mercury, then that alloy is called as amalgam. Next alloy that you should know is gold. Gold, why do we make alloy of gold? The reason is because it's very soft, and because it's very soft it is difficult to handle and we cannot make jewelries out of that. So it is mixed with silver or copper. So when we say 22 karat gold, it means 22 parts is gold and 2 part is either copper or it is silver. So, and the reason why alloys of gold is being made, because when we make a jewelry, there are certain jewelries which need to be harder, like if you are wearing a bangle, you are wearing a ring, they need to tolerate more pressure, so they should be comparatively harder. So it's better to have a jewelry of 22 karat because it will be able to bear more pressure and will not change its shape. So that is the reason that we find different karat gold jewelry. That's all about the alloys which is given in your NCERT book. So this is all about this chapter. From this particular topic we finish our chapter. No one can destroy iron, but its own rust can. Likewise, no one can destroy a person, but one's own mindset can. So you need to keep your mindset in such a situation that you always succeed. So with this quotation, I end this lesson. Stay safe and take care of yourself.